Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a fun book haul for you guys. This is the book haul that happened about 2 weeks ago when Jordan came to visit me, and then we drove to Roanoke and we visited Jesse. Yeah, we went to a lot of bookstores, so I got a lot of books, and I just want to share this special book haul with you. I'll kind of break it up by bookstore. But also, yeah, I noticed I'm matching my couch today. So anyway, okay, so when Jordan first got here, it was like midnight or like 1 a.m. We woke up the next day and we went to the book exchange. It's definitely a place that I like to bring my friends when they come, because pretty much everybody will have some books to unhaul. So I just tell them, bring your unhaul books, bring them here. You can take them there, get some store credit, and buy books. Also, if they don't have any books to unhaul, no big deal. They can purchase books for 50% of the retail value. And they are all used books in that store. So I really love the book exchange. There's 3 locations and we went to all 3 locations and I ended up picking up 4 books. So the first one is The Last Post by Renee Carlino. Never read anything by this author, never heard anything about this book, but I liked the cover, I liked the font, I read the back, and it sounded like something that I could possibly enjoy. This kind of reminded me of that book by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Forever Interrupted, but it also seems like she kind of finds a new love, but kind of the beginning where she has this guy that she's really in love with and then he dies tragically. So yeah, I went ahead and picked this up, and it is short. It's only 285 pages, so I should be able to get through it fairly quickly. The next one I picked up is The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. This is a book I've heard nothing but good things about. It's kind of like a modern classic, I would say. This is the 21st anniversary edition. I don't know what that means, but these are little vignettes and it's very short. Yeah, and it's readers of all ages, anywhere from grade school to universities across the country, translated all over the world, told in vignettes, sometimes heartbreaking, sometimes deeply joyful. Is a story of a young Latina girl growing up in Chicago, inventing for herself who and what she will become. So I'm really looking forward to this short read. And then I also saw this one called Push, another short one, and it was the Grand Jury Prize and Audience Award for the Sundance Film Festival. So obviously it's been a movie, and this is another short one. It kind of looks interesting. There's some interesting text throughout, but it says Precious Jones, an illiterate 16-year-old, has up until now been invisible to the father who rapes her and the mother who batters her, and to the authorities who dismiss her as just one of Harlem's casualties. So Black author, think it's going to be a really important story, and I'm excited to read this one. And then last but not least, from the book exchange, I picked up The Vacationers by Emma Straub. I initially picked this up from the library with, there was another book by her. I was going to do an author taste test, but I had to return those books and I never did get around to them. And I really do like this cover. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and purchase this one. So I did, and I hope I love it. This author is a person that owns like a bookstore in Brooklyn. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to this one. This is the story of the sides of ourselves that we choose to reveal and those we choose to hide, of the ways we tear one down and build another up again, and the bonds that bring us together. It says, with wry humor and tremendous heart, she delivers a satisfying story of a family in the midst of a maelstrom of change, emerging irreparably altered yet whole. Sounds like it's going to be an interesting deep read, but it's also another short one. So all of these books were relatively short that I picked up at the book exchange, and that's why I went ahead and did so. Like I said, some of these were already on my radar and some were not. Then the next day we woke up on Sunday and we drove to Roanoke. Well, I drove to Roanoke and we went to Barnes & Noble with Jesse, and I got 3 books there. I picked up and Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Picked this up for a few different reasons. If you watched my vlog where I read, I did the author taste test for Rachel Hauser Hall, I talked about how many like retellings of the story that I have read, but I've never read the original. So I decided to go ahead and pick up the original. I was checking at my library, but for some reason it was like checked out, and I didn't want to wait. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it and give it a go. So you might see a special reading vlog of this one. It's a video idea I got from somebody else. Like, they've done it a few times on their channel, and I thought that I kind of wanted to try that. So maybe it'll just be a regular reading vlog, who knows, but I finally picked it up. And then I also picked up 2 Appalachian Trail books. I picked up Walking the Appalachian Trail by Larry Luxemburg. And this is just a nonfiction book about, there's all these different like stories. It kind of seems like short stories, but they have all these profiles of all these people that have walked the Appalachian Trail. This is an old one. It was published in the 90s. So, but it does have pictures in it, which we gotta love. So got that one. And then I also picked up this one, The Appalachian Trail Backcountry Shelters, Lean-Tos, and Huts. And this is another nonfiction book about the 150 plus shelters along the Appalachian Trail. Oh, 275, more than 275. And basically it's this woman, Sarah Jones Decker. Her trail name is Harvest, and she is a Virginia native, which is so cool. But she started hiking the AT in her teens and through hiked after finishing her MFA in photography. They own an organic farm near the AT Trail of Hot Springs, North Carolina, and she continues to be connected to the trail and its community. Her work can be found at this. But anyway, basically, so she hiked the trail and then she went back and hiked it again so she could take pictures of all of these shelters, lean-tos, and all of that. And she documented it from Georgia to Maine. And it gives a lot, like here's a whole bunch of the shelters. And let me get to, it has like a little introduction. Here she is right here. Shelter history, trail clubs are mentioned. And then it starts Georgia, like I said, and then she shows where they are on the map, and then she shows you a picture of what each one looks like. She tells you the name of the shelter, and then she kind of tells you like what mile marker, what state, what the elevation is, when it was built, if there's been any renovations, how many it sleeps, and kind of like other things about the shelter, and then just like a little kind of description-ish type thing. So I thought this would be really, really fun, that if I decide to hike the Appalachian Trail, that I'll know like ones that I really, really want to stop at, which ones to avoid, and so forth. So I think this is really, really fun, and just to have another piece to my trail nonfiction book. So yeah. And so those are the ones that I got at Barnes & Noble. And then Jessie so kindly gave me The Half Sister by Sandy Jones. I saw that she listed this on her Pango books, and she took it off and gave it to me. Thank you so much, Jessie. You guys know I recently read 2 Sandy Jones books. I did an author taste test, and I do want to read The Half Sister and The Guilt Trip. And then I know she also has a book coming out this year. I forget the title, but I'm interested in that one as well. But yay, I have The Half Sister now, and I'm just really, really excited. And then also while we were in Roanoke, Jessie walked us up to this star in Roanoke. It's like this kind of like park slash mountain area. Jessie actually has a reading vlog where she went hiking and she was reading thrillers, and this is the star that she walked up to. So it's the Mill Mountain Star, and the moon can be seen in it as well. So I went ahead and purchased this, and then I also got this free keychain when we went to this store called Book No Further. It's this independent bookstore in downtown Roanoke, and I did an Instagram reel about it. So all three of us went. We had a good time shopping around in there, and I saw this book, and it is a used book. Obviously, it's very, very old, but it's the Appalachian Trail, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I was really excited to get this. They gave me, oh yeah, here's their book no further. Sorry, it's not focusing. There it is, book no further, and it gives you the little directions and stuff. But look at these end papers. Oh my gosh. So I just thought this was really, really exciting. It's obviously a very, very old book. Let me see when this one was published. 1972. Oh my goodness, so exciting. But I picked this up for $6, and I mean, and that's all I got in Roanoke. So then we drove back here on Monday, and we decided to go to, we went down to the ocean front, we went to REI, then we went to, it's not a Chesapeake indie bookstore, but it's in Norfolk, and it's called Prince Books. And I picked up Hail Mary by Andy Weir, which if you would have asked me prior to this year if I ever would have read this book, the answer would have been no. But Jordan was on my podcast last year when we talked about our best and worst books of the year, and this was her favorite book of 2021, and I think it was a lot of people's favorite book of 2021. I also think it won the Goodreads awards, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, because this book was literally like never on my radar as far as me wanting to pick it up. But as you guys know, I've been getting more into sci-fi, so I thought, let me pick this one up. So I did pay full price in my independent bookstore for this, but I felt good supporting them, and I was like, now I bought it at an indie bookstore with my friend Jordan, who is where I got the recommendation from. So yeah, picked that one up, and my battery is flashing. The last book, we went to Barnes & Noble on release day and picked up Book Lovers by Emily Henry. It needs no introduction. It released on Tuesday. We went on Tuesday, and Jordan spotted it right away, and we both walked out with that book. But anyway, that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night. I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye guys.